Hello there, my name's Terry and this one fell out already. Okay, we've got the first chakra, Archangel Michael. So your first chakra is your root chakra, all right, and the color is obviously like red. This is all about like your security and the relationships that you have along the female line, all right. Even if you're like a male watching this, okay, this will also resonate with you. Also, I'm going male actually, and it is going to be right. Okay, what I am being shown from this one here and from through the root chakra is if you are a male or even female, but you're a strong female, and you're like you're a survivor basically, but you've actually had to learn to survive by the hands that you've been given in this lifetime. Now, with the men, I am feeling that you also have had to use your feminine side, okay, to appreciate things in a different way. This runs quite deep. All right, maybe you haven't had the stability that you've actually needed growing up. Maybe, okay, they're saying to me about like latch door children as well. All right, so when you were a kid, you had to learn to actually to fend for yourself if there wasn't an adult around, basically. All right, so what were you lacking there when you were younger is being shown and being guided by an adult that wasn't there or was emotionally unavailable for whatever reason. So maybe one of your parents, mother, I'm going with, maybe she had her own stuff going on, her own issues, that what she was facing. All right, because don't forget, when you're kids, we don't know what our parents are going through. We don't really know what they've experienced within their own lives. Because you're never going to know what goes on in an individual's person's mind within how they cope and deal with things. Right, you're never going to know that. Not really. You might be just by what you're told about a particular situation, or so you by just like voice alone, but you don't really know it. You don't really you don't know what people or like a grown-up is actually feeling when you're a child. All right, and maybe when you were younger yourself, you actually felt that on an emotional level, that your mother figure, guardian, all right, was unavailable emotionally for you when you really needed it most, for them to like to guide you, to say, oh no, you can't do that because you'll hurt yourself, or like, or if you felt down as a child, what if you're learning to walk, then maybe you needed a little bit of guidance there when you were younger, and maybe this is where now, growing up on a subconscious level, you can feel like unsupported, or not I'm being shown the guidance that you've actually needed for yourself growing up. And you could be in a place now of feeling that you've had to do everything on your own. You haven't had the support that you've needed, all right? And you're just left in limbo. And this is how you're feeling. And it's like you can't do right for doing wrong. You don't know if you're doing things for the right reasons or for whatever reason. It's because this runs quite deep within you from what you've picked up on an emotional level when you were that young, small child. This is from the age group below 7 years old, right? So you're not always going to remember all those things from when you're a kid at that age, but don't forget, children are open to stuff. They're very, very open, and they pick up on things emotionally without even realizing it. Maybe they had to learn a particular behavior to actually get attention from their guardian. All right, and the only way that they knew how to get that attention was by playing up as well. Think, well, if I cry, if I make a noise, I'm going to get some attention. This is what happens when we're kids without even realizing, but because of that, with that learnt behavior, that is kind of like affecting you now as a grown-up person. So maybe this message is to go within and just see how much this message resonates with you. All right, but it's not your fault. It's not. It's just the situation that you've been put in by how you needed to be when you were younger to get the attention that you needed at that time. And it becomes a learnt behaviour. Anyway, I'm going to leave that message there for anybody that needs to see or hear this message. And whatever you're doing today, take care of yourself. Much love, Terri.